Prabhuti College of Education, Shalbari, Shiliguri, West Bengal. Today I am going to discuss regarding quality of good science textbook for BEd second semester for course 7A 1.2.7A, that is for pedagogy of science teaching. So today my point of discussion is quality of good science textbook. Now see that in our teaching learning process, that the textbook occupies a very important role, isn't it? In our last discussion regarding that different types of learning resources, we have seen that textbook is the basic learning resources for all kind of learning or teaching process, and that it is a very good, that is foremost important printing resources for learning and teaching for every person. So the selection of a, especially in classroom situation, that one textbook must be there. So selection of textbook for school as well as college or university is very important to select a good textbook. And it is said that a good textbook which can even replace any classroom teaching also. Because if we are having one perfect textbook, then classroom teaching also cannot be necessary. We can learn from those books by ourselves only. So to have a perfect textbook is very important. So when we are going to select any textbook, certain criteria should be there, certain perimeter, how to select those books should be there. Now see, first of all, when we are going to pick up any book, suppose we have gone to any book library or bookstore, or any suppose we have gone to any book fair. So when we are picking up one book, so what we do is, what do we see? We first see the name of the author, isn't it? So first of all, the author is very important. So foremost point of selecting a textbook is the author. The author. Now, suppose you have seen the name of the author. Now, next what we see? We see the qualification of the authors and what are the experience that person is having, isn't it? It is very normal. After choosing one book, we see the name of the author, his experience or qualification. So, when that author is going to publish a book, certain amount of experience of teaching of that subject is very essential. Then this, if that person is having that experience of teaching that subject, whether science or any other subject, teaching in a classroom situation is very important, because if she or he has the experience of teaching that subject, then they can that person can understand the actual learning situation very nicely. He can understand what kind of difficulties are there among the children. So the book will be, that subject matter can be written or organized very nicely. So experience of the author is very important. So in case of author, we have to that experience and qualification. And qualification is very important. So it is the first point. Now next point comes, that is called as the mechanical features of the textbook. So second point is mechanical features. Mechanical features. Mechanical features of the textbook. Mechanical features of the textbook. So what are those mechanical features? First of all, you see, when we are picking up any book with with choice any book, suppose, so what we always you see what kind of printing is there and what are the qualities of the pages. The pages are very important because sometimes it happens that pages are very bad and printing are very bad. It will not last. So printing and the paper use should be very attractive. So first point is print and paper of the book and the paper of the book, that is especially textbook, should be proper and attractive. And attractive. This is the foremost thing we have to see during selection of a textbook. Now next one, we have to see the binding of the textbook, cover of the textbook. See the binding of the textbook or cover of the textbook, binding of the textbook. Binding of the textbook, that should also be very that is colorful, very much attractive, and that should be hard and durable also. See, in case of this textbook, see this color, it is very colorful, isn't it? So it will attract the interest of the children or any person, as well as it should be hardly binded and it should be durable. Durable means it must not be perishable in nature and it must not be torn out, isn't it? So it should be hard binded, it should be durable, and as well as it should be attractive. Attractive means it should be arranged in a colorful way. So the binding should be attractive, should be colorful, should be hard also, hard and durable. Should be hard and durable. Now next point is coming after seeing the pages, then print and binding quality. Then we have to see the printing style. Regarding the printing style, next one, printing style. So printing style should be very, very clear. That should be clear, that should be legible, and the printing between the words, that properly space should be given. That is, that all the printing should be appropriately spaced. It is told that it is appropriately spaced. So thus printing of subject matter should be clear, legible, and properly spaced. Means properly spaced means in between the words this perfect space must be there. So this one is very important. Now next one is size of the print. And the language used in the book. Size of the print should be according to the psychological level of the students. We have to see whether the size and language used are perfect to the psychological level of the children or not. And sometimes, so size of the print. Size of the print, that should be according to the age level of the children or psychological level of the children. Psychological level of the student. See, when the book is written for the class children of class 6, that letter should be in bigger in size. But when the textbook has been written for higher classes, suppose for 11 or 12 standard, so the printing size can be a smaller one in compare with the that standard 6 or 5. So printing size is very important. That should be according to the psychological level of the children. Now regarding subject matter, that subject matter what has been written in the book, that should be well illustrated with diagram, pictures and sketches, because you know we are discussing regarding the science textbook, isn't it? So subject matter should be well illustrated with diagram, should be well illustrated with proper diagram, sketches. These should be there in science book, no? Pictures, different kind of sketches. So all this that everything should be described with properly illustrated diagram, pictures and sketches. Now another more thing, that in science books several experiments are given, no? So that all the necessary experiment should be discussed in a proper way, in proper language, should be discussed properly. So should be discussed properly in proper language or easy language, so that student can understand it very nicely. Because experiment, when students are thinking, oh, one experiment I have to learn, so it will be so tough. So always that should be discussed in a properly used language. That easy language should be used in case of that discussing any kind of that experiment. Because experiment is very natural. That each and every science book, that some experiment will be there. So all this about the mechanical features of the textbook. Now comes about the subject matter. About the subject matter, what should be the nature of the subject matter? So number 3 point is subject matter. Subject matter. So what are the content? What the subject matter has been written in the book? That is very important. And what is its nature and organization? We have to think regarding its nature. Its nature. Its nature and organization. What will be the nature of the subject matter and how should it be organized? Organization. How the subject matter has to be organized. So number 1 is, see, the subject matter. When we are going to select a subject matter and organize the subject matter, always you have to look after about the interest and psychological level of the children. So during organizing of the subject matter, we have to look at regarding the psychological level and interest of the student. Whether the subject matter is very interesting to the students or not, and that subject matter is according to the psychological level of the children or not. One example, like in your first semester you have learned regarding the principle and organization of subject matter, isn't it? There we have seen that concentric method. You can remember, I know that concentric method, when in a circle, the center position is the topic. Suppose I am going to discuss regarding acid and base. Acid and base. So when you are going to discuss regarding acid and base, we know in the higher classes we are having definition of acid and base. That is important concept. That is accepting or releasing proton is acid or base, not or base. The definition has been given in that term. But when you are going to discuss that acid and base in class 6, that definition will not be proper in case of class 6, isn't it? So what we have to do in that time, in that class, we can bring one acid and one base in different two test tube, and we can the deep litmus paper in the acid. So the color changes we can show in front of the children. So that blue litmus turns red and red litmus turns blue. That will be very interesting to the children, and they can understand that when the substance is acid, then it that changes blue into red. So we can keep those things in the standard 6. But when the children will be that shifted to standard 8, then we can go for other this is for class 6. That area will be then broadened. So broad up. So when this same thing we are going to discuss in case of acid and base, then that we can express in elaborate way. So that when we organize any subject matter, we have to think regarding the level of the psychological level of the children. So it is very, very important. Now next one is that very important that each chapter should begin with the introduction. So each chapter begins with some introduction and ends with a brief summary. And ends up with a brief summary. So each chapter should begin with one introduction and with end with a brief summary. Now subject matter inclusion. Since it is subject that book is meant for science subject, so subject matter should be included, should be written in such a way that inclusion of that scientific attitude, disciplinary and cultural value should be there. The scope of implementation of scientific attitude as well as cultural value and disciplinary value should be there. So subject matter, inclusion of subject matter. During inclusion of subject matter, so those things should be included there that which can develop their scientific attitude. Scientific attitude as well as disciplinary values. Disciplinary values. You have learned in your first semester, no, that what are the objectives of science. Those objectives should be fulfilled through this science book, that is subject matter, as well as cultural value. As well as cultural values. So subject matter should be organized in such a way, so indirectly we can impose scientific attitude among the children as well as disciplinary value and cultural value can be implemented into the mind of the children. Now next point. Now, since it is a science book, we know certain kind of numerical example must be there. So, whenever it is necessary, the numerical example must find place when it is necessary. So, numerical example must be given there. numerical example should be there whenever it is necessary, in necessary things. Now see that heading and subheading are should be written in a bold letter. So all the heading and subheading. And subheading should be written in bold letter. All those things should be written in bold letter. Now language used. The language used in the book should be very simple, very clear, that should be lucid and very scientific and practicable. So the language which will be used for writing a book, that should be very simple, because that should not be very tough, so that the children cannot understand. So that should be very clear, very simple, very clear, lucid. That should be very clear, that and scientific in nature. That should be scientific and practicable. That should be scientific in nature. So language of the subject matter should be like this. Now some examples are given. Since it is a science textbook, so some example, it is very important, no? Examples are given. So example should be, those examples should be given from the real life situation. So that, and from the environment also. If we give example during that teaching on science, any subject matter, then we should give example from our real life experience and from our local environment, so that student can relate that subject with their day-to-day experience. So example should be given from real life situation and from day-to-day experience. Day-to-day experience. So always that example should be given from day-to-day experience. Now next one, the subject matter should be correlated with other subject also. The subject matter should be organized in such a way so it can be that correlated with other subject like social science, then with our social environment, that can be correlated with our creativity work. So correlation should be there. Correlation with other subjects. Like social science, our physical environment, our local environment, then some creative work. So that correlation should be, scope of correlation should be there. Now since it is science book, some terms are there, scientific terms may be there. So when this kind of terms will come, some English equivalent of the term should be given in the bracket. So English equivalent. So English equivalent of the term should be given inside a bracket. It is very important. Inside a bracket, that English equivalent of the term should be given. For the this is another more important thing is for the higher classes that every textbook should be accompanied by a laboratory manual, because there are sometimes some scope of doing laboratory works are there. The children has to do some laboratory work. So some the laboratory manual book should be accompanied. Laboratory So laboratory manual should be accompanied with the textbook. And last important point is, it link up science with life and practice. The scope of link up of science, scope of linking up of science with life must be there. It is very important. So children can link up the subject matter with the, since it is science, subject science. So children must have the scope of linking up the topic with their day-to-day life. So they will be very motivated towards the subject matter, and they will be very interested. Their interest can be aroused by this science teaching. So all these about the quality of science textbook, and during selection of a textbook we have to we have to look after all these points. So today this much, and in our next class we will be coming with another topic. Thank you so much.